All right, moving along, man. MJF picks up the win over Jungle Boy.
And then next up, right away, Mike Tyson, TNT Championship.
Shout out to Mike Tyson, man.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Tyson.
And Mike Tyson's podcast. That Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson is one of my favorite podcasts. I watch it all the time. So big salute to the champ, Mike Tyson, man. Making his AEW
still in great
debut.
shape, by the way.
Still in great shape. You seen him? Yeah, Mike's in great shape.
Wow.
And it looks like Jake the Snake did not want any parts of Mike Tyson. But
even with the snake.
Yeah, so let's get into that match.
So Mike Tyson pretty much came out with, in my opinion, this ugly belt.
Yes.
It looked like something you would make out of WWE 2K.
Yes.
It was very reminiscent of the debut of the Universal title in WWE.
I think they made some points on commentary. I believe that belt was half-assed.
They did.
I think they said
apparently
it needed to be gold-plated.
Right. And it will still get gold plates.
Yes. And with everything that's going on, evidently they could not find a plating shop to plate this belt.
Mm-hmm.
And
which makes you wonder when they actually started the idea of making this championship.
It came out around the time it was already closed.
It did.
So I salute them for effort, but that title is fucking horrible.
They could have did something about it.
Yeah, that title. I mean, I salute AEW for their tag titles. I mean, I love those belts.
Yep.
I also like the World Championship. Me personally, I don't like the Women's Championship. I think it's entirely too small.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought they was going to come with another great design with this TNT title.
As did I.
But I'm under the impression that this just may be an alternate title right now until they can actually get that belt design that they want.
Right.
So I'm going to put that out there. I'm willing to bear with it right now. But in the near future and once everything get back to normal, I really do think they need to change the design of that title.
That would be nice,
and get rid of the red strap. I mean, seriously, man. The red AEW Dynamite has no red in their colors, bro. I mean,
just keep it black, man.
Keep it black.
Just change up the, change it up.
Get rid of that red. I mean, even if it was a silver belt, like a platinum belt,
right,
on a black strap, I think it would have looked a little bit better.
Yep.
But that red strap completely throwed it off.
Mm-hmm. Well, the match started off with a big slam right away, right off the jump.
Right.
Lance Archer slams Cody. The announcers are like, oh my God, is it going to be over? No, obviously it wasn't over. So, boom, they go out of the ring into the crowd. And then the match is, for a title, it should just be held in the ring.
And this is one of the programs that they actually build up to.
Yeah.
So this program had a few weeks. It got history behind it. It got a build. And I think they did a decent job. I'm not going to say they did a good job because, like I say, man, it's hard nowadays to know when someone's doing a decent job because you don't got no crowd reaction.
Right.
You don't know who's getting a big pop. You don't know which heel is getting booed out of the building.
Yep.
So it's hard to go off of that right now.
Absolutely.
But I think Archer and Cody had pretty decent in-ring chemistry. I wouldn't say that this match was great, but I'm not going to throw this match under the bus. It was decent. And like we were saying before we went on the air, like you said, you thought that Jake the Snake and Orrin Anderson should have probably got into a physical altercation. Like I said, those guys are old.
Yep.
And we're gonna get to that like towards the end of the show where we're gonna talk about like the type of stuff that AEW be doing. Yeah. But what are your thoughts on Jake the Snake and Orrin Anderson getting thrown out?
Wasted opportunity. I wanted them to do something. Even if they weren't going to lay hands on each other, they could have maybe got in each other's face. The ref just told them to get out, and they both complied.
Right.
I don't know.
All right, so...
And then moments later, you see Mike Tyson smiling, ripping off his shirt.
Right.
So it's like, it was kind of all over the place, but, I mean, it is what it is. I enjoyed it. Jake was trash-talking Mike.
Right.
I guess that stands for something. But the match to me was physical, so that's what mattered. The actual match itself, the managers,
I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be the end of that. I think we will see Cody and Lance tied up again.
Right. Well, I seen in the match, Cody actually used a crossface, and he choked Lance with his own hair.
Well, the crossface may be banned in WWE, but I think AEW guys can still use the crossface.
Right.
So moving along, brand new, first ever AEW TNT champion, Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen.
Cody Rhodes. He did it with 2 crossroads, and he wins the first ever Team Championship. So it was pretty cool, and the Tyson spot was good.
Yeah, that was a great addition to the show, having Tyson on the show. Moving along, what we got next?
What we got next is a quick one: Statlander versus Penelope Ford. She was Britt Baker's replacement, as we said before. Big spot in the beginning. Statlander jumped out of the ring, suicide through the ropes or whatever.
Right. That was
crashed
pretty nice.
into the barricade.
Yeah, and I thought she hit her head for a minute,
So
but I seen where she pushed
grabbed
it back with her hands.
Yeah, very smart of her to do that. But the match was actually pretty quick, and Chris Statlander won with her move. 1, 2, 3, and that was it. And that's what it should have been, because Penelope Ford was a stand-in anyway.
Just was a fucking stand-in. All right, let's keep it moving.
Yep. The next match was Dustin versus Shawn Spears. Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin's versus Shawn Spears.
In my opinion.
All right, so yeah.
Go ahead, you take that one if you want.
All right, I didn't expect for this match to start off the way it started out.
Right.
But that just goes to show you AEW's creativity.
Yep.
So the match would pretty much start off with Shawn Spears in the ring in street attire, pretty much not like jeans and a shirt, but he actually had on a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
He had on a suit and a coat, a blazer, whatever the
promo style.
Yeah, and he began to cut the promo on Dustin Rhodes, because you got to understand, Dustin Rhodes' last match against Lance Archer, we was under the impression that he was retired.
Yes.
But the match was booked. Like Spears said, the match was on the card. It was advertised.
Yep.
But Spears tried to play it as if Rhodes was not going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
But
playing his music,
one Rhodes would show up, and that Rhodes was not Dustin. That Rhodes would be the beautiful Brandy Rhodes. She would come out, cause a distraction, and out of nowhere, from behind, here comes the golden one, the natural Dustin Rhodes. And Dustin Rhodes looked very strong in this match. Dustin Rhodes dominated this match from start to finish.
I think it was a squash match.
It really was a squash.
I do.
The only momentum that Spears got in this match was when he took off his belt and went for that spot, but Dustin instantly shut that down.
Mm-hmm.
And
reminiscent of what Roddy Piper did to him years ago.
Right.
It was oof.
And yeah, Dustin was very physical in this match.
Yep.
I mean, we know that he's known for being a technical wrestler, and Dustin is one of like the greatest mat technicians, especially to be a big guy. Like, you see those big guys like Brody Lee that can move now.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Rhodes was one of those guys a long time ago. And to me, Dustin Rhodes, he came out, looked very, very strong in this match. He dominated. Like I said, he literally beat this guy's ass. What do you think about Dustin Rhodes literally stripping Shawn Spears down to his draws?
I thought that it was just random for a match that was just random.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, like we
what
said earlier, we know that this is not a PG product when we're seeing Shawn Spears bare ass.
Did you that, and did you see what was on his crotch?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to next. Now, we all know that Shawn Spears is managed by the legendary Tully Blanchard.
Tully.
And tonight, Tully Blanchard was literally on Shawn Spears' dick.
Literally, man.
I mean, who came up with that?
I don't know.
Who literally came up with that?
I don't know. And it was a very bad quality image, too,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not.
So
it
in
wasn't,
that match,
I didn't like it.
Like we say, couple of comedy spots, but Dustin Rhodes, for his age and all the years he's put into the business,
good.
He looks damn good.
He won.
And I didn't want Dustin to retire, so I'm glad that Dustin came back tonight and got the win. All right, D, what we got up next? Let's keep this moving, man.
The next match was the Women's Championship, which was champion Nyla Rose versus Akira
All right, I'm
Shida.
gonna let you handle this one, man, because I don't want to say no shit that'll get me in trouble.
I hear you, man. Pretty much this is how it went. Rose came out with a kendo stick. All hell breaks loose, It was your typical no holds barred match, for lack of a better term. Did falls count anywhere?
In the women's division.
Oh, no count outs. Yeah, in the women's division, by the way. And there was a spot here and there, but it was a decent match. And at the end of it, we got a surprise win, which in my opinion I wanted to happen.
Right.
But the match just didn't do anything for me.
Right.
But Shida won at the end to become the new AEW Women's Champion. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And at this point, that was the first title.
Maybe too soon, But I mean, I wanted it to happen.
Well,
so.
I don't think it was too soon because you got to understand AEW is pretty much a little bit over a year old now.
True.
And that title was introduced last year at Double or Nothing.
Right.
And we seen Rio have a decent run with the title. But Nyla Rose has held that title for 101 days.
In strong fashion.
And I do think that they are, trying to build that title up and get a little bit more history behind it. Right. So, like, that's just like when Jericho dropped the title to Ambrose. I don't think nobody in AEW needs to have, like, a super long title reign like now.
True.
I mean, right now, like in WWE where we had, like, Becky Lynch. She held the Raw Women's title for over a year.
Yeah.
I mean, we had AJ Styles a couple years ago that held the WWE title for almost, I think, right at a year.
Yeah, CM Punk, too.
CM Punk. So, I don't think we're going to be seeing any of those, like, super, super long title reigns in AEW. I think a 3 to 6 month reign is decent. Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Get the title history up. So when you go to Wikipedia, you see a list of champions instead of just one or two champions. I think that's good that AEW is changing the titles, and the next titles that need to change hands. I do think that I'm going off subject, but I'm just gonna put this out there. I think that Omega and Paige are pretty much babysitting those damn tag titles, and they need to take those off of them and put them on another tag team.
Do you have one right away that you think would win? You would want to win?
The AEW tag titles?
Tag titles, yeah.
I like Private Party.
Me too, man.
And the Best Friends. The Best Friends are the new #1 contenders.
Yep.
So I do think that the Best Friends
might be going that way.
Yeah, because you've seen what happened tonight.
Yep.
So I do think that the Best Friends are going to end up taking those.
And I mean, seriously, who doesn't love Orange Cassidy?
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right, we got off subject. Let's keep it moving, man. What we got up next?
What we got up next is surprisingly not the main event, but once you see the main event, you understand. The AEW Championship, the mega fight, the big one. Moxley versus Mr. Brody Lee. And when this thing started off, dude, I'm not going to lie. There was SAFE, security guards in the ring. This thing was set up for success. It had the big fight feel to it. And I just think it should have been the main event. But like I said, once we saw the main event, we understood why.
Right.
But almost right away, they were outside the ring again. I don't know if that's AEW's thing to get the ball rolling on these matches, but they were outside of the ring right away. Again, it's a championship match. Shouldn't really be going outside the ring,
Right.
Let's keep it in the ring, guys. But hey, it's all good. How do you feel about big man dives?
All right, I like big. Like we was just saying earlier, like these big men that could move.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker.
Yep.
Dustin Rhodes.
Yep.
Kane.
Yes.
I mean, even now you got Big Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
That big motherfucker can go.
Baron Corbin. He runs around, man.
Anyway. All right. But yeah, I love the big men doing the high spots.
Right.
Especially like with the dives, and every now and then we might see a big guy come off the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And Brody Lee falls in that category.
He does.
He's always been one of those big guys that's fast on his feet and can damn near move like a light heavyweight or a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And
we saw him do a suicide dive.
I'm known for going off fucking topic.
Uh-huh.
But it's 2020 now, man. You got to understand, like back in like 2014, 2015,
different
we
times.
were seeing Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper battle in those Shield versus the Wyatt family matches. And it's just an absolute pleasure to see these guys move on to bigger and better things. And these two guys who are like lost members of their faction.
Seriously.
I mean, you got to understand, Ambrose was up under fucking Roman and Seth.
Yep.
And I think
they went on to win the championships.
I think Harper had a little bit more pull than Rowan did, but he was still in Bray Wyatt's shadow.
Yeah.
And to see these two guys in AEW
Braun
competing for the AEW World Title, that just goes to show you how in the wrestling world, especially nowadays, in a few years, how things can absolutely change. But before I cut you off, you can continue.
No, I was just gonna say that there was a huge slam through the crowd barrier, which was, these guys take nasty, nasty bumps, man, and
a lot of nasty bumps in AEW, man.
And they're still allowing pile drivers in AEW.
Yes,
seen a couple of those
move that's
tonight.
been banned in WWE for years.
Right.
They're still allowing the sit down power driver. And I think even in WWE, the only person that's allowed to do the tombstone power driver is Kane and The Undertaker.
Yeah.
If like I said, if I'm wrong, y'all correct me in the comments.
I think there was one time CM Punk did it to Cena.
Okay. Yeah, I know I
And-
seen
and that
somebody
was
else
like
do
it.
it, but on a regular basis,
Yeah,
the only
not on a
people
regular
that's been
basis.
doing power drivers in WWE is Undertaker and Kane.